Hey, this is the Southwest Transit team selection for the marketing campaign. The team members we selected are Bob, Natalie, Elizabeth, and Caitlin. The team members were selected based on compatible strengths and weaknesses. The team is diverse and comprised of new and old employees. All team members are individually and organizationally goal oriented. Let's go back to the list. So Caitlin was selected because she is new to the company and also incredibly motivated. She can get many tasks done and is detail oriented. When you have a short time frame for a project like this, you need to be detail oriented. She was also selected because she wants to prove herself in this environment, and um, I believe she is a great fit. Uh, the next person, Natalie. Natalie has been with the company for 2 years. She is very ambitious. She does have some issues at times trusting in other employees. However, I think when she interacts with Caitlin and sees how motivated and driven she is, I think that trust will sort of uh, come naturally. And she ha- Natalie has a lot of really good ideas and can communicate effectively. Next, we have Elizabeth. Elizabeth has been with the company for 4 years. She enjoys collaborating and she's a team player. Um, she examples she exemplifies a person who can really stick to the team and solve problems. So she'll be, if not a leader of the team, she'll be at least a backbone character where she will be able to solve internal conflict effectively, and maintain sort of a standard. Um, Bob is our last member of the team. Bob is the most experienced and can provide good insight for how this campaign should be completed. Um, he is eager to get stuff done. He will have issues, though, with sort of taking over the project. So I think with Natalie and Caitlin, it'll be a good learning experience for them. And I believe that Elizabeth will be able to effectively sort of keep the team organized in such a manner that everyone is perceived as a peer and respected for their individual viewpoints. The managerial techniques that I would recommend utilizing here, the first of which would be utilizing a reward system. The project is a short-term project, only 6 weeks. So establishing that this team will receive a reward, like a bonus, at the end of the project's successful completion, will be, I think, would be a giant motivator for the team to come together and understand that they have a common goal, not just for the organization, but individually as well, and team wise as well, to get this bonus, right? Um, Motivation will obviously increase anytime you provide a reward. Motivation will be uh, increased. If you're going to get more money, definitely a quick way to motivate someone to get the job done. And I think it'll inspire the team to work as a group. Next, I think utilizing evidence based decision making will assist this team greatly. Utilizing meaningful data when establishing a marketing campaign will be necessary because you don't have a lot of time to go out and collect data. So we've got to use data that we already have and make sure that it's fact based, um, while also understanding that when you have a good solid base for establishing and using the campaign, uh, creating the campaign, you can then creatively utilize the data and the fact based information in order to get the job done. And that we'll discuss why that's important a little later on in the presentation, but it does encourage individuality to a degree. and inspire people to speak up on potentially new ideas with the usage of meaningful data, and also avoiding untested beliefs. So this is what every team needs to focus on. We can't just wing it. We have to use quality ideas and quality data to be able to market our products. So that's going to be necessary when we're managing this team. And also interpersonally, opinions often invoke emotional response. So we need to ensure that if we keep things very factual and very down to earth, we'll be able to create something good here. And Fenn states critically analyzing the project is vital prior to deciding which path is most practical. So in evidence-based decision making, utilizing and finding the necessary data is going to assist in general with the direction of the project. Managerial techniques again continued. The team will have quality data utilizing those top two techniques, and the team will have a good framework to operate and complete the project. And once the base, the verified database has been established, the team can utilize their individual skill sets to complete given tasks throughout the marketing campaign. And should conflict arise, I believe a collaborative approach is necessary. And understanding that collaborating understands that everyone has strengths and weaknesses. So this could go with who do you assign tasks to? How do we delegate effectively? Team members must managers must promote that team members listen to each other. You know, short time frames for project completion are stressful on everybody. So ensuring that communication is clear and concise and respectful will be necessary to get this job done. Accurately communicate concerns or desired changes. Now, this kind of goes around with actively listening, but also the communication aspect has to be respectful. And part of being a good team member is describing exactly what you want in a manner that isn't disrespectful or appear as if you're trying to put somebody down if you disagree, right? And at the end, a collaborative approach will create a solid marketing campaign, and we need to and will enforce that the team must make good decisions together and not just be four independent people just getting stuff done. So we got to mesh together. This connects to conscious capitalism as well. Each member of the team was chosen and because they complement each other. Where someone may fall short from a weakness perspective, someone on the team has a strength that then can make up the difference for that, and they can come together in harmony, right? No experience to inexperience, ambition with logical, rational thought, and team collaboration, and being viewed as a peer will all sort of come together nicely with the idea of understanding and listening to why people operate the way they do and finding the best path to get these tasks done. Some members have less time at the company and will have a chance to show their skills. Everybody will have a chance to show their skills, but it's also important that, you know, that we didn't just pick the most experienced everybody out of the group, right? Because, you know, interpersonally, if someone that's newer to the company sees, oh, they only work with the experienced people, we might actually lose an opportunity to grow and develop an employee of ours, especially with a big project. Big projects can produce big opportunities. And Aurora says here, When leaders align their use of power with their most deeply held values and sense of purpose, they can begin to turn their visions and ideals into concrete action. Okay, so understanding that we are trying to provide value to our consumers as well as value to our employees by providing them with an opportunity to grow and develop new skills, we can create more concrete action, and that sort of a domino effect in that will harbor new people to come in and uh, har- harbor um, effective value based leadership. Conscious capitalism continued. Team members were selected because of their accolades individually, but I believe that those individual accolades can mesh together effectively, like really well. Management needs the campaign completed, but it must be done such that each member feels listened to and valued. So, indicating that we value everyone's perspective, despite the lack of experience for some of the members of the team. And we don't want to enforce an authoritative position on those with more experience. However, the opinions must be expressed, and the ideas must also be relayed to each other as well as to management. Now, stakeholder value. When individuals, Cattle says, when individuals are given opportunities to perform, their true capabilities become more apparent. So each member has something to prove. Of course, everybody, no matter your experience level, everyone has something to prove. And less tenured members can earn trust and prove their worth, and also show themselves that they can actually progress and that their company believes in them. Tenured members have leadership opportunities. It's always good to have tenured individuals sort of show off what their leadership skills can be. We have to pay attention to this because we might need more leaders in the future, and usually the most experienced people would be good fits for leadership, but you have to test that through this project. And lastly, the team members complement each other. So where one team member may fall short, the other one can pick up the slack. Okay, this is necessary in all teams. If I'm on a basketball team and I'm a tall person, I'm going to be generally getting in there to get rebounds. And what comes with that is that sometimes shorter individuals are better at ball handling. So I'm not just going to handle the ball right after I get the rebound. I got to pass the ball and give that shorter team member who's not good at rebounding but is good at ball handling an opportunity to play the game. So there it is. We have it. There's dynamics that must interact with each other. In order to effectively show stakeholder value, it's good for these team members to seek feedback from each other on their regular tasks as well as how they're interacting with each other. It's really good. Individuals themselves have to reflect on their own performance. It's very necessary that you must be self-reflexive in order to have true stakeholder value and realize where you might have made a mistake or you might have been a little short with somebody. You must be able to evaluate yourself so that you can present a better, more inclusive team environment. Effectively setting goals and individually and also as a team will be a great way to assess and provide stakeholder value. If each individual has an idea of how they want to get the job done, it's good to listen, but ultimately the team goal is to complete the campaign. But we can also express that it's important to be able to develop as a team because this might be a long-term team if things go well. Change and adaptation. So understanding, okay, there were some mistakes that were made. What do we do when we respond? I believe that this team can adequately change and adapt to each other's personalities and actually function as a team and course correct in an effective manner. Stakeholder value continued. The team can be an example in the organization if it is successful. Completing the campaign will successfully allow Southwest Transit to continue competing in the market. A successful campaign will ensure that layoffs will not occur. So, keeping in mind that stakeholder value is really important here. This is an important aspect of the relationship between individual and organizational goals. The individuals, they want to succeed and show their worth. The organization needs to continue competing in the market. Also, the organization does not want to have to lay off any more employees if the campaign is not successful. So, considering the whole scope of the situation, it's necessary that this succeeds and that this team is potentially aware of the issues at hand, but competing in the market will ensure that they do not have layoffs, which will then boost morale surrounding the entire company as a whole and inspire them to continue working. Right? Summary. This team is a strong interpersonal team. They're goal-driven and they're independent employees. They have strong reasons to succeed and strong reasons to work well together as a team. And I believe that they are the best choice out of the people available to us. So, thank you. Here are my citations.